Welcome, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. As you know, and it's why you're here, of course, 3 at 3 is dedicated to unusual option activity that our heat seeker algorithm has ferreted out and that we have posted up for our subscribers to UOA, UOA Pro, UOA Elite, all these different versions of unusual option activity. If you would like to become a subscriber, you will get this live every business day at approximately 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do not subscribe, you will still get it, and it will be a no additional cost to you, but you will get it later. So you'll have to assess whether or not that costs you missing out on getting it while it's still actionable. All right, let's get started with today, the 2nd of November, 2021. Unusual option activity, which does include unusual chatter among the folks on Reddit as well as Twitter, is basically, we believe, a pretty good tip-off to something that's about to happen in that particular security. If there's a whole bunch of folks lining up to buy, in the case of Reddit, that can drive markets, as we've seen. Same thing with Twitter. And if there's a bunch of unusual activity in the underlying options, that can drive the direction of the stock. So we told you about Party City on Friday. It's about $1 higher than where it was Friday. They were buying at the money November calls, or just in the money, I guess, November calls, which are now deeper in the money. They're about $1.25 in the money. Continues to work. And this is just one example of one of the past stocks that we've commented on. Another one that Pete spoke of yesterday was Apple, when he said some 50,000 plus options had been purchased in Apple at the, I believe it was the 152.50 strike. As you see from the highlighted area of that, it traded up to 157 today. Pulled back some, but it is still trading at over $150 a share after closing at just under 149 last night. Fresh meat, here it is. ABBV, big drug maker, bullish call buying stocks 116.88, call it 117 if you like, and they're buying the December 125 calls. You guys know the drill. I like buying at the monies and selling out of the money calls. So that's exactly what I did. Now, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, one of the ways that I do that, of course, is 1-to-1. For every option I buy, I sell an option, which means I'm cutting into time decay and volatility compression. I also get in here and I try to spend about the same amount of money or less than they spent for buying that out of the money call. So if they spent, for instance, $1.25, I would try to establish a spread from 117 on up to as high as I could get and still just spend around $1.25 as an example. So again, I'm not telling you how to trade. I'm telling you how I move the odds into my favor. Let's get to number 2 for today's unusual activity, which is Embraer, ERJ. They make those so-called regional jets, or RJs. Stock was trading $16.49. As you see here, they were buying 5,000 of those calls, the November 1750s, $1 out of the money, if you will, for 25 cents. So these calls will have 2 weeks to live, 2 weeks and about 3 trading sessions. Why? Because, of course, this is the November 5th expiration this Friday. These would be out there the week ahead of Thanksgiving holiday and so forth. And they paid just 25 cents for them. So using my description that I already gave you, I would be looking to spend about 25 cents owning the 16 or 1650 calls and selling upside calls against those, especially since this is an option that expires in those 2 weeks and 3 days. I think it's important that you are aware of the time decay, which can be extreme. So I need to take profits or cut losses quickly. Now, if I'm spending 25 cents, quite frankly, I'm not going to be doing a lot of loss cutting because I'm not going to cut this thing at 12.5 cents. I'm not going to cut it at 10 cents probably. But if it's not working out and the stock reverses hard, yeah, I guess I'd take 10 cents better than losing 10 cents. But I'm not really in this game to make or lose 10 cents. It's not really what I'm here for. So I'm looking for upside out of ERJ. Let's get to the next one, UNG. And we better all hope this guy isn't right. Of course, if you buy this call, you're hoping he's right at least, or she is right, for at least a while. But they're buying the UNG. This is the U.S. natural gas ETF. If natural gas spikes to where those January 30 calls are in play, we're all in trouble. And inflation is running rampant. It would be like it is in Great Britain, because this would be a heck of a move for natural gas. So again, do I buy those calls? No, I buy the at the money calls, and I'll sell upside calls against them. Same time frame, January, but I'm not really looking for it to get to a $30 price. I'm thinking that if we get over 20, I could make a nice chunk of money, and that's just fine with me. I don't have to bet a lot on a home run shot. If you don't want to miss the live stream, folks, then access 3 at 3 Live with any UOA service. So you get our trading community, which means the blog, where you can talk back and forth with other traders and with us, live webinars, and weekly trade ideas. We give you all of that. If you want to learn more, go to marketrebellion.com/UOA live. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA live. If you really insist on talking to a person, you can dial up 888-809-8058. That's 888-809-8058. Questions? Hey, we'd love to answer your questions. To the extent that it helps you, it's probably helping somebody else too. So please feel free to shoot those questions into me at Jon Najarian. That's at Jon, no H, that was my dad, Najarian, Najarian. PayPal and Dr. IPDX handle there was LPDX, the number 3. Hello, John. What do you think of PayPal at this level? I like it. My daughter was trying to pay something on Venmo the other day, and she was telling me that $1,000 worth of Venmo could cost you $120 in fees. I thought that was excessive, but that would be a good reason to own PayPal, but it's not. I like Square better, and I've said that many times, but PayPal does a great job at what they do. I just happen to prefer Square over PayPal, but I've owned both. Right now, I believe I only own Square. DraftKings, DKNG, Junk, whose handle is at Cheshire_Junk, asks, is it time to cut losses in DraftKings? Yes. If you have cut into whatever your stop loss is, mine happens to be 50%. Again, if you're new to this, if I buy an option for $2 and it falls anywhere near $1, I am out. On the other hand, if an option doubles, same scenario. I paid $2 and it pushes to $4, I'll take half of that money off the table. That way I know I'm sound and I'm not going to lose money on the trade. Then I will try to let that run and percolate higher still if it's a call, or drop lower still if it's a put. And I will basically put a stop loss about 25 cents under in the case of a call, or 25 cents over in the case of a put, where I took my first profit on the 50%. That way I am demonstrating my discipline for losses as well as profits. I think it's equally important to discipline yourself on both. So do I think its earnings can save it? Perhaps, but depending on the expiration you have, if you have no 5th expiration, I don't think I'd hold it into Friday's earnings. On the other hand, If you have more time, then I think it's incumbent on you to decide if you've already taken enough pain, and if so, cut it. And if you have room, then I'd say let's ride it into those earnings. Well, that's going to do it for us today, folks. If you'd like to learn more about Market Rebellion products, you can go to marketrebellion.com/get started. There we have unusual option activity. We have coaches, we have mentors, we have subscription products, stock, options, futures, cryptocurrency. Whatever you need, we've got it as far as trading at marketrebellion.com/get started. Well, I'll see you tomorrow morning, and then I'll see you again on the halftime report tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Until then, adios.